Welcome out here, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm here with David Webb, who is a local vocal looper musician. Yeah, I came across you. I was at one of my friends' performances, and you did a set doing vocal looping live, and it was super cool. I hadn't seen that before.
Thank you
Uh,
for I don't know, enjoying it. Um, yeah, it's kind of niche, but I love to do it. So
yeah.
yeah.
How long have you been doing it for?
Oh my God, fifth, about 13 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
So my friend in college, he had a vocal looper, similar to the one I have now. I think it was actually the same one I have now, and
Okay.
I didn't know those existed, and so
Yeah.
I was hanging out with him in the dorms, and then asked him what it was, and he explained it, and I was like mind blown that you could
Yeah.
loop your voice. And so I started playing with it because he was already doing it for a while, and it was so cool.
When you hear music a little differently, a little differently. In the evening, replaying conversations, and you have pondered all the things you can't control, things you can't control, things you can't control. I would be remiss if I didn't say, wrist, black fingertips, creating music, just making my day. Flames crackle and hiss, flames crackle and hiss. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we will see. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we will see. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we'll see the world. Now we'll see the world, we will see.
And that was like around the same time, like Ed Sheeran started to come on up a bit more. Like it was
Interesting.
2011 into 2012. So then looping was just like, I had never heard, it wasn't even something like in the, I don't know, in the pop ether that I had heard about. But yeah, just love it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's such a cool art form.
thank
Like,
you.
I hadn't come across it either. I like when you
At
just told
all.
me it was like it's been out for 15 years.
Well,
Like,
yeah, so the loopers, I think 2000, I'm guessing,
yeah,
5 or 2003, like a long time as far as like the Boss loopers that I use,
yeah,
and probably way before that for just loopers in general. But and then the gloves that I use, those were created in 2011, I think. So
okay,
those are also relatively old.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, do you know about like the history of looping? I know one of the things you did in your performance was I forget the name of the original song, but it's what is sampled on "Lost in the World," the Ye song.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, the original
yeah,
song, "Woods" by Bon Iver
okay,
or
yeah,
Bon Iver. I think it's Bon Iver.
okay.
Did you know we have the same birthday?
No
We have the
way.
same birthday.
That's crazy.
That song, I love to cover because it's similar to what I do, and I think in some ways helped inspire my own style of just looping the
Yeah,
same things. Um, yeah, Bon Iver is awesome. James Blake, of course, Imogen Heap, who has the gloves
yeah.
or made the gloves. Um, what was your original question?
I just asked if he was like the first one to do it, or if
Ah,
you know about like the origin of it.
I so as far as like when I started doing it,
Yeah.
I started to do it, saw Ed Sheeran doing it, then found out Bon Iver did it, and then much later, kind of got a bit more into Bobby McFerrin,
Interesting.
which I would I would think was the original, like decades ago, the original looper, like the circle songs that he does, and just the you know, what song does he do? Don't worry, be happy.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so he'll just like loop his voice and do like body and voice percussion. Um, my grandpa, when my mom was little, he'd have her and her siblings all in the living room, and he'd teach them how to harmonize
Oh,
and
that's
scat
awesome.
and do something called a hand bone, which I don't know what it is. I should know what it is. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, when I started looping, just pop references, but in reality, like decades and decades and decades ago, probably looping was happening, and I have yet to learn about that still. So
Okay.
a lot of stuff, but
That's
yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
music is, I don't know, it's cool when you get to layer things in real time, um, and things change in real time, or things suck in real time, and you loop the wrong thing, and it's like that's
Yeah.
part of the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's one of the things I was wondering about is if there's ever like imperfections that end up sounding really good.
oh,
Yeah.
that's a good question. I feel like I don't know the answer because I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
patient
fair.
enough to wait for the answer. Because
Yeah.
if I sing something bad, I'll stop it, be not excited about it, and restart it again.
Yeah.
Um, that's a good question. I think I'd do better to see if that works. But yeah, the second I'm off beat or off of a harmony, I'll just like throw something and restart. Um, but I don't know.
That
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair for sure.
yeah.
Maybe we should give an intro. So right before this, David demoed how this stuff works. So we'll kind of cut back and forth between those two videos. So is there anything you wanted to say to sort of introduce the first clip?
Ooh, so the first one is with my loop pedals, and I'm looping a song with vocals and with some like hand percussion. And so I tried to do, I not only looped my voice, but I looped clapping and snapping rhythms that created one like, I don't know, like a phrase of sorts. So one was like bop 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 bop, and one was da 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 da, and so I made that into one big uh, song, if you will. Um, yeah, and at some point they start to create themselves, and just whatever happens happens. Um, my phone is often short on memory, and I think that's because I have multiple gigabytes of just, 20 minutes of looping clips, which half of which I'm
Yeah.
never going to listen to again, but I don't want to lose anything, in
Yeah.
case something happens by accident and I happen to like it. But yeah, this clip is just a looping song that I wrote. So
Awesome.
This clip is from a song that I wrote called Save It All For Me, and I'm going to loop my voice um, over and over again to create a song and then add some percussive elements at the end and then add a filter over that. Ooh, 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 ooh. So the magic with looping is you have to start it and stop it at the exact perfect moment, or the 4-bar phrase is off kilter. I also learned through experimentation that if you loop over an oo sound with an m sound or humming sound with the same notes, it sounds almost auto-tuned and covers small discrepancies. So small difference, but it sounds almost robotic a little bit. Now I'm going to switch channels and add some more loops to it. Now on the next channel, I'm going to add a snap, because I'm going to add a different part of the song. I used my hand here for a second to minimize feedback between this and the speaker. Will it work? I don't know. See, I almost missed that one, but I'll keep it. It works. Now I'm going to add a clap over it. This is called a sweep filter. And I'm going to bring in the main channel. And I'll cut out one. And I'm going to fade out the song. As it faded out, one more filter. And that's a song with a loop pedal.
So that song, in that clip, I left out some of the words because I forgot and I was getting in the mode of just the looping, which happens sometimes. But the song is called Save It All For Me. So I'll loop normally the line, save it all for me, and then save it all for me, and then do that over and over again. Because I think I wrote it, maybe I was in college or New York, I forgot. But the idea is give me an example of like a relationship of two people, like any type of relationship. Brothers. Let's say they're growing up and then they disconnect, whether good or bad, and then never see each other again for their entire lives. The idea of the song is like, let's say one brother, towards the end of his life, like writes everything in a journal that he encountered over his life, and then, after they're dead, the other brother can read it. Yeah. So it's almost like an imaginary plea to somebody who you've disconnected from, saying, save it all for me. So like, when you've gone and lived your life and time has passed you by and you're gray and you're old and you're gone, like imagine you're writing everything that I missed in a journal and you're just saving it all for me. And so the looping is just like this idea of just like these stories and these years and these failures and these successes and these dreams and these relationships and these journeys that you're proverbially saving in a journal for someone whom you no longer can live out that life with. So
that's a crazy idea. Dang.
But
that's all. And then it kind of is reflected in the form of it all being layered as like a single piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And at the end, like every song and every life, it stops.
Yeah.
Like it just, I don't know. That's it. It reminds me of reading like a book. I wish I read more, but I don't. But like when you're in a really good book and it's a long book and it's arduous and you finally get to the end of it because you're trying to reach the end of the book and you're like, finally I finished it. And you finish the book and you're like, all right, that's it. Okay. I don't know. There's a beauty in how things are so like temporal and short.
Yeah.
But that's the long answer.
Yeah. So. No, that's very cool. Yeah. And then I'm curious about sort of like the process. Like one of the things that I think was super engaging about seeing it live is the fact that you get to see it come together in real time.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. Like for other forms of art, you just see the finished product, obviously. Yeah. So there's something something about the process of it, I feel like that speaks to what you're talking about, of like it just like building and then getting layered together and like sort of crescendoing and then getting cut off.
Yeah.
Is that part of like what draws you to vocal looping?
I appreciate that. I think so. That for that exact reason, it's like a catch-22 because when I record my music, which I go back and forth with leaving it up and taking it down, because like that song, for example, I've recorded, never released, but like it's so different. Yeah. And it's not bad, but it's like it's more or less a song, and that's cool, but like it's not that build.
Yeah.
And when I record that build, the song is 8.5 minutes long, and nobody has the patience for that. So it's great live, I think.
Yeah.
And translating it's hard, and maybe that's supposed to be the case.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think there might be a place for it. Like if you put it out as a full 8-minute song, like I think some people would. Like I'd listen to that for sure.
That's awesome. Okay, good. I got one person for it. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. That's awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, what you said about the way that you constructed that sort of out of the narrative and then like pulling the emotions out of the narrative.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Is that part of your writing process generally? Like you sort of think of just like, I don't know if that was a specific story or just like, I don't know if you can just speak on the process of like,
definitely
what inspires you to write and what that process kind of looks like.
I should have a clear answer to this, and I don't. That song, as far as specific story, kind of foggy. Maybe it was a bunch of different ones. I wish I could remember specifically, but I think a lot of the time, I don't know. It's just what comes to.
Yeah.
And at the risk of sounding really cheesy, like if it comes to me in a dream, I'll wake up and I'll record it, and then I might use it the next time I write a song. So it just I don't know. There have been times where I'll write stuff for a while and then not for 5 years, and do it for a while and not for 4 years. So yeah, there's a lazy aspect to it. And when it comes, it comes. But there is a chapter when I started writing music. I think I just wanted to I don't know, write anything and so much and have all of this stuff and content. But for what? I don't know. You just have all this stuff just to have songs, and then it's that was very much a quantity over quality mindset. And now I think I have the same 7 or 8 songs, and that I loop with, not recorded, that I loop with. And I think they're quality, and I would like to add to it, but that's when something of quality comes. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's dope. I had a question I was going to ask, and now I forgot it. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, you said if you dreamed it.
Yeah.
Does that happen often? You dream of a melody or just lines?
Maybe once every few months.
Okay.
And maybe I can't take the credit. Maybe it's something I heard somewhere else. But if I did hear it somewhere else, I haven't been able to find it wherever I would have heard it, so I don't know. Yeah, whether it's a song or a story, and then I'll build it up from there. And it's hard sometimes because I'll wake up. When I first started, when I would dream a melody, I'd wake up and I'd record it. I'd listen back to it and have no clue what I'm trying to hum, because I'm half asleep, and what's the key that I'm in.
Yeah.
So now there's a process where if I'll wake up and I'll do it, I'll hum it, and then I'll hum the harmony and I'll snap for the downbeat. So now I can at least figure out what I was trying to go for. A lot of them are cruddy. They're not quality, but sometimes they're good. So it's just, I don't know, depends. But
so you come up with harmonies while you're dreaming rather than lines or something like that. It's harmonies.
It's usually 3. It's a whole, I don't know. It's yes. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then as I start to loop the song, more harmonies will come. And yeah, it's just so fun. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when it does work, it's I don't know. I can do it for a long time. Mm-hmm. And I think my neighbors, I try to time it so not to be a stalker, but I'll see when my neighbors' cars aren't home so I can practice loud.
That makes sense.
Because if not, I'm it's the same thing for 28 minutes, just the same loop, because I'm practicing it. And I would imagine that's tiresome. So yeah,
that's so cool. What is it about that art form that appealed to you in the first place, or that you've really come to love over the course of doing it?
Oh, I love that question. I love the musical aspect, obviously, but also I love silencing a room. I think can be really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love watching people come along the journey with me and just see it, like you said, just happen in real time. And see people get to pause and be present, and just literally be right here. like, and just watch and just see it. One of the best compliments I ever got wasn't a good job or a nice or a that was cool, but it was almost 2 a.m. It was an open mic at the Sidewalk Cafe in Manhattan, and open mics back then, maybe even now, but back then would run from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Like, it just would go for, forever. And it's cool until it isn't, until we're all tired. Because you pick a random number, you can be 1, you can be 65. So depending on how long people's sets are, and they try to keep a limit on it, you can be, go immediately or go really late. And I pulled last. And I was like, I'm going to stay. Like, looking back, I wouldn't stay now. But, when you're 21, you're like, why not? So there was like maybe 5 or 6 people in the cafe, and I'm looping a song, and I finish, and people clap, and this dude comes up to me with tears in his eyes, and he puts out his hand to shake it, and he just says, "Thank you."
Dang.
And I was like, oh, I did it. Like, yes. And I don't know what did it is, but I love that. I did a show last year, and it was a show that I wrote, more or less a play of sorts with music in it. And this older gentleman came up to me, maybe in his 60s or 70s, I don't know. And he said, for an hour, he felt like a kid again.
Huh.
And I was like, I don't know how to interpret that, but that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. So just taking people out of the chaos of life,
Yeah.
because life just gets crazy, and at times crazier. And like, I think sometimes art seems flippant, like, what's the point of art? But I'm finding more and more so, like, when you can be a part of the process of taking somebody out of their stress, it's a really cool gift.
Yeah.
Like, I saw Fantastic Four, not in theaters, but I rented it on, Amazon Prime for way too much money because I was lazy. And for like an hour and 45 minutes, like, I was on Earth 616. Like, I was in, and then the credits rolled, and I was like, oh, that was just a movie. But like, the gift of being like, I don't know, just nothing matters,
Yeah.
So
Takes
I
you
like,
out of yourself.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I feel like there's something about your style that does that, especially. Like, you sing with a ton of emotion, and you were talking about the place that you were like writing from. It was sort of like just like an emotional, almost like spiritual narrative that
Thank you.
is just like moving in places that are not intellectual. It's like sort of takes you back to that childlike mindset.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of good art does that, like, and is what people look for in art, is like trying to get back to that childlike mindset where you sort of forget yourself.
Yeah.
Or just in like the more raw state. Like, do you think you try to lean into that when you're creating, like, get out of your head and just like look to what moves you? Or
Yeah, that's the coolest compliment. Thank you. I don't know if I hit all those boxes, but yes. Like, one thing that I struggled with for a long time was trying to connect with the audience, which ironically is what I think I do best based off of people's feedback, but internally I feel like I don't connect as much as I could. Like, when I started to loop, my eyes would be closed the entire time, because I was just in this space, Don't get the harmony wrong, don't get the note wrong, don't get the count wrong. It's all set good. Now feel it, and then be in this space. But I wanted to open my eyes and be, So when I first moved to New York, I played once or twice a week. And then by the second or third year, I was performing an average of 4 times a week. And so I was trying to do, several hundred performances over the course of 4 years.
wow.
And by the end of it, I could open my eyes. but sometimes I didn't want to because I was realizing that like people were still connecting.
Yeah.
And there was one place called the West. Oh, I loved the West. I don't know if it's still open. If it is still open, it's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and like there were so many artists on open mic night on Monday nights who were like, this one dude had a sitar, this other duo, one would play cajon, one would play guitar. Noah was on the, oh man, he played a song called Thinking of You. Like I can feel myself sitting on the stool. Like it was, you can smell it, you can hear it. It was a coffee shop in the morning, a bar at night, and it was this long bar, and the stage was at the end of the bar, and the long bar, the seats were there, and then you walked in the door on that end. And before I first played there, I'd be scared to loop, because I would just do that kind of looping thing.
Yeah.
And in a bar, like, it's loud, as it should be. Like, and so open mics, like, as you probably know, open mics are more or less background music.
Mhm.
So like, if people stop to listen, cool, but like, they're there to grab drinks with their friends, and you're a nice, accompaniment sometimes. So it'd be loud, and I'd be like, oh no. And there'd be times throughout the years where I try to loop in a place like that, and it didn't work for those reasons. But the West, I think it was like by 2019, I'd get on the stage, and I'd be like, I'm so freaking shy sometimes for no reason. And I'm like, hi, my name is, it's so cringy. But like, I get on the stage and I'm like, I'm so and so, I'm gonna do some loop songs for you. And they're like, yay, cool. And I do the first melody, and then I do that second harmony. Dude, I love the West because by the time the second harmony would land, silence.
So cool.
Just silence.
Yeah.
And I would be beside myself like, how? Like, how was that a thing? And people were so receptive. And there are those pockets of time that I think of people who, I don't know how I helped or if there was a person who I connected with deep, but for like 3.5 minutes, there's like this person that I'm looking at and she's crying. And I've never met her, never spoken to her. There's no how are yous, there's no my name is this, but there's this like, I see your pain somehow, and there's like, so cool, so
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
So cool.
yeah, but what about you? So you play guitar?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I have too many insightful things to say about it, but yeah. Is there a question? Like,
what got you into starting playing guitar?
what got me, I played a little bit when I was a kid, but what got me back into it was just songs that like really moved me, that I just wanted to learn how to play. There's a song, I don't know if you listen to like Modest Mouse or similar bands to that.
No, I know the name. I probably would
Okay.
know a song, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. There's this song, they have like a very weird style, where they're like the singer doesn't have like a pretty voice, like he sounds kind of like hoarse and
Like a Bob Dylan type, or
yeah, it's that type of thing. His name is Isaac Brock, the lead singer of Modest Mouse, and he's like, I think he's one of the greatest lyricists of all time. But they have this one song, Bankrupt on Selling, that the story I've heard for how it was made was they have like an insane guitarist. I wish I remembered his name, but I don't. But he was just riffing in the back of like a van on the way back from like a show, and they were all like super exhausted. And the lead singer like, improvises a ton of their music.
Oh, cool.
And the guitar on that song is so cool. And then, so he was apparently just like playing the guitar for that song.
And they used that in the song?
Yeah, this is how the song was like born, is like he was just playing that. The lead singer was supposedly like half conscious, like kind of dozing off, and then just starts like riffing over it, like improvising it, and it's like some of the greatest lyrics I've ever heard.
What's like an example, like what's the deepest lyric in it?
That's a good question. Like all of the verses are so good. He talks about like, it's just like a very ethereal, like zoomed out perspective.
Yeah.
One of the lines I love is all the people you knew were the actors. It's like he's like zooming out like on all of life and talking about like, it's sort of like an afterlife perspective. So like when I heard that song, it like took me to this like really ethereal place. Whoa. And then the guitar was always like super moving to me. So I just wanted to learn how to play that song.
Yeah.
So I just picked up a guitar
For that
and
song?
played it until I could play that song. And it's like not an easy song to play on guitar.
Can you play it?
I can play it,
Let's
but like
go.
I literally didn't know the names of the chords I was playing.
You're like, I'm
but
gonna
just
figure
figured
it
How to
out.
do it. Yeah, I just watched a YouTube video and kind of like followed
Wow.
along until I could play it.
Wow.
But yeah, that's what inspires me to play. Is like I feel like there's just if it's like a song with really beautiful guitar that like moves you, then once you can play it yourself, there's like a moment in there of just like pure joy. It's like so frustrating until you finally hit it right.
Yeah.
And then the moment, like it's a different feeling than you get from other forms of art, I think, where you like hit it right and it's just like an amazing. I can't put the feeling into words, but
I
it's so
feel
awesome.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's Have you seen The Truman Show?
Yeah.
That's what I thought of when you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the people you knew were the actors.
And
yeah,
stepping
that's a
out of.
crazy line.
Wow.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah, and I feel like there's a part of that when I was watching your performance. There's like you're like zoned in on the moment as you're like starting to do the loops, and then once it starts coming together and it's all like layered, it took like I had like a brain glitch where I was like, he's doing this part of the loop right now, but it's like it had come together, so like it almost felt like you weren't live anymore. It was like all part of the song. I don't exactly know how to put it into words, but it was like linear until it wasn't, and just like the way it all gets like layered.
Yes.
And it's like it takes you out of the linear part of it. Like as you were singing, it seems, I don't know, it's very difficult to articulate, but it just seemed like it was part of it already. Like I don't know.
Part of it. Can I steal that?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like the line itself was part of it already, or
the part that you were performing, it was like I was in
already
the moment
part of it
as you were doing it, and then once the song had already like come together, I had to like I had to double take because I was like, he's still doing parts of it over it, but it feels like it's all just like wrapped up in it.
Yes.
But, yeah.
That's so cool.
No, yeah, it's crazy.
I need to bring you along as a hype man.
I'm about it.
But yeah, I love also being inspired by other performers, musicians. My latest fascination is storytellers, because I want to be I want to become a stronger musician.
Yeah.
And I want to get stronger in vocal looping and stuff, but like I want to be an incredible storyteller.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to, like, with the things I perform now, I do less of musical shows and more like performances with like a whole script that I memorize and characters and a narrative. I did one last year and I'm doing another one this year, and I'm telling the story and the story makes sense, but now I'm like, how do I level it up? Because I'll loop in it with the pedals and the gloves and the music's in it, the story's in it, it's memorized, cool, but like, how do I bring it up? So now I'm trying to listen to podcasts and study like LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow and his cadence and the way he tells stories, and Fred Rogers and his cadence and the way he tells stories. And then storytellers like Brandon Sanderson or Brando Sando, and I'm just trying to go on YouTube and look up people or Spotify that are either great storytellers or are good at storytelling. And then the other level of those who are great with narrative and speaking well, and who can, like, one TED Talk I was watching was like, it was so intriguing. I hope I don't butcher it, but he was talking about how like of course when you slow down your speech, people get more interested in certain spots of it. And then your inflection obviously changes. And when you get quieter, people get a bit more pensive. And then when you like lean forward, it might build trust. And I was like, what? So there's all these like actual body hacks that aren't necessarily new to me, but like they're very new to me, and how I can use them to tell a story. Because like I think of people who tell stories and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I forgot where I was. And like I want to be able to do that. And with my music, I'm thankful that at times I can do things like that. And I want to do that with music and story. And just awesome. So storytelling is, oh man, I want to be a great storyteller. So
that's such a good skill. My favorite storyteller I've come across recently is, have you seen any of the clips from John Kiriakou, the CIA guy, who, there's like clips.
Does he have curly hair?
No, he has like short hair and glasses.
Okay.
But he just like recently exploded on the internet where they're slowing his speech down, giving him a really deep voice in parts, and then speeding up his voice in other parts. And he's just telling like CIA stories.
That's fun.
And he's like, I think he's literally the best storyteller I've ever heard. Like
What's his name?
John Kiriakou. I've recently, like, I just came across him like at the same time as a ton of people because he just went crazy on the internet. And like his life story is absolutely crazy too. I don't know how much you can, whenever it's like a CIA guy.
1.4 million. How have I not seen this dude?
He
just blew up.
Absolutely insane. Yeah.
What? So when you say he's an amazing storyteller, what in his stories make you, maybe an example of a part of his story or the way he says it? What are you like? Oh, this dude's different.
His setup is always really good. And then he says everything in like punchlines. Like it definitely has like a definite rhythm to it, where there's always like a punchline, and the way that he delivers it is so good. Like there's a reason I think that he's the guy who all of these clips are like sped up and then slowed down because it fits that form really well. Like there's parts like when he's giving the background and everything that is good to like speed up and make high pitch, and then he gets to the punchlines, which he does super well, and they just like slow it down, put it in slow motion with like a super deep voice. And he's also talking about insane stuff. Like he has insane stuff to talk about.
So the content, the rhythm,
it's
like poetry.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it's almost like, I'm sure it has parallels to music, just with like the rhythm and the setup and all of that too. But yeah, he's one of the most entertaining people I've listened to speak in so long. He's awesome.
I also like, I think some of the other best storytellers are comedians.
That's true.
Dave Chappelle can tell a story and you forget he's telling a story because it's just Dave Chappelle being hilarious, but you're like, oh, he's setting up a story.
Yeah.
Like, this is wild. Like, there's some...
That's what Kiriakou does, is he tells normal stories like structured like a comedian. Like, he's not trying to be funny, but they just like structure it all, and then when they do the edits, like, or even if they don't do the edits, it comes off as like the funniest thing of all time.
Wow.
It's like structured comedically.
Whoa.
It's crazy.
I wonder what the not secret, but like there has to be a method, and maybe it's his own method, but like I'm like, what's that method of
just structure. I feel like it comes really naturally to a lot of people, but then you can study it and improve a lot at it.
There's a dude who he has glasses. He's Australian, he's Asian. I should know his name, I don't. I listen to him a fair amount. And he talks about speech patterns, and like, he also is blown up. I forgot his name, but those humans in the world who are teaching people how to tell stories and introduce themselves are gems. I want to be more like, so.
It's so awesome.
But
yeah, that's super cool how you're trying to incorporate that into your songwriting. And then also you talked about doing a play. So I'm curious to hear about that and just like kind of what your goals are and what the place you're trying to get to.
Definitely. So it's still forming, like the idea of all of it. But so there's a festival that I entered into last summer that I'd seen friends in who are really cool to watch, and it's like Fringe Festival, and there's Fringe festivals all around the world. The first one was in Germany, and then Denver opened up theirs a number of years back, and I'd seen friends doing the Denver Fringe, and the Fringe Festival is for Denver at least, it's like for a long weekend, a Thursday to a Sunday, and let's say you go to the festival, you can see on a list of X number of shows performing. These are all at 6, these are all at 7, these are all at 8. And this one is in this building, this one's in this building. And you kind of just pick choose your own adventure for the weekend, you know?
That's sweet.
And they're all an hour long, or shorter. And some are plays, some are comedian hour long, some are art, some are oratory, a lot of clowns, like a lot of actual clowns. I don't know that, yeah, it's funny. It's a lot of actual clowns. A lot of dancers, Cirque du Soleil, like whatever. There's a lot of, it's just fringe. I think the definition, I should Google it, but it's just like, it's on the fringes. It's like anything.
Wow.
So I knew I wanted to, I got these gloves that loop and do other things too. And I knew I wanted to use them somehow. So I applied to the festival and they were like, cool, it's in June. And so I thought, if I'm going to do this festival, either I do an hour long of music or I like add some kind of story to it. So then I ended up just writing a story based off of all of the music I'd written in the past, I don't know, 8 or 9 years or whatever, and looked through my old EPs and singles and albums, and there was a through line story through all of them. So I took the songs that I've written and put that story to it, and then wrote a 1-hour play about this dude who's like in this dream world, and he's pulling music from out of the sky. And it's a journey through different locations of him talking to other characters, trying to find his way out of the dream world and what that allegorically represents. This year I was going to do that again, but wrote a different one. And this one is more or less, there's an alien who like talks with moving sounds and does things like that. So they're all more or less storytelling with music. And those are the shows where people will say, I felt like a kid again, that was immersive. And it's so, to me, like, even though I write it and perform it, it's not lost on me how odd it is. I'm like, why am I doing this? But then people are like, okay, this makes sense. I enjoy it. I'm like, cool, sounds good. And it's that feeling of having people suspended in disbelief as we're telling a story about this dude who can move music with his hands, who are just on the edge of their seats, and being in the present with them. And being able to, or being asked to perform it at people's houses and different venues, and then seeing who I can connect with in that way. Similar to watching a movie, it's nice finding spaces where people would enjoy something like that. It's not for everybody, and I totally get that. So when somebody does enjoy it, like random festivals or theaters, leaning into that. So it's the looping and the storytelling. Yeah.
That's awesome.
About
That
it,
sounds
but-
so cool.
Thanks.
Can you watch it anywhere on the internet? Like, is it posted anywhere?
No.
Okay.
No. And for the reason that we discussed earlier,
Yeah.
which technically there probably are, I hope to scrub, there are. But if somebody watches that on the internet, as far as what I've done so far,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's like, what's, like, I'm doing a voice here and I'm doing, like, it's just weird. But in person, like, it's,
Interesting.
and so, like, nothing online with, like, the whole shows and stuff. And also it takes away from, like, the immersiveness of seeing it for the first time. Now I found a happy medium where I want to promote for this summer shows better. So now I'm getting actual footage to put online for it. So now I do have clips of
Okay.
it that I'm going to slowly upload, which aren't clips of the show, but it's me doing similarly more of a narration of using the gloves and explaining what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and what they kind of do, so that I can do one of two things, or one of three things. Either just show people cool things, which is one. Two is build interest to have them come to a performance. Or three, just teach them what these gloves and what the looping is or does.
Huh.
Yeah. And that might be a great intro to
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
to the gloves.
So these are Mimu gloves. Imogen Heap, she made the song Hide and Seek, that what you say, and she made these gloves. And so I plug them in, of course, to charge them, but effectively they're wireless. So instead of Bluetooth, they're Wi-Fi. I can go a bit farther, and I can face any direction. But for now, to face the camera, I have to angle my left glove there. I'll click Calibrate Glove and angle this one forward. Because the computer doesn't know what's forward and what's backwards, it can't accurately know when you're reaching up, down, left, right, etc. So my first show last year dealt with the protagonist being able to move music from out of the air. So I'll show you the opening scene. And I coded and programmed different finger motions to correspond to grabbing notes out of the sky. So these, more or less, are just empty controllers, and I connect them wirelessly to sounds. So I chose a piano sound that I can use my hand to pull out of the air. So now I'm going to take these gloves and take what I programmed in my right hand to pinch my index and thumb to pull a note out of the air. So I'll reach up and go. And I'll open my palm with my right hand. Then opening my palm. The last demonstration with these gloves is in my last show that I performed. There was a scene where the main character was using his hands to move music through the sky, and it consisted of movements that are as follows. So I made a note or a chord correspond to a fist, and that's a fist up. Then I change it to fist down. Then I go to open hand up. And with my left hand, I'm going to add notes over it. And I can change the chord from major to minor.
Yeah, the gloves are cool. I just think because I've been trying to get these gloves since 2018. And so it was something I always thought was attainable in some way. Yeah, and I think it can show people like art is it's so vast. Like it's so vast. Like there's just so many layers. Like Bob Ross. Oh my gosh. Watching Bob Ross as a kid, it's like, it's kind of cool. But as an adult, oh my gosh, like these happy trees, like you're just watching, and it's so simple, but similar to looping,
Yeah.
you have this random brush of a gray and a blue, and then it's nature, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just the way it comes together is
Yeah.
there's something very cool about seeing that process.
Hmm.
I don't know, like I'm trying to think of why that is. Like it
Yeah.
is sort of a good analogy to parts of life where you're just like you keep adding things and like you're not seeing the full picture until it comes together, and when
Yeah.
it finally does, it's like, whoa. Like,
It's different. Each different part
yeah.
is so separate. Like there's that story of like, if I butcher it, sorry, audience, but this dude or 4 dudes go in like this cave and there's no lights. And they all feel around to figure out what's in there and they can't see. And one dude feels and he's like, okay, I feel a log. And one dude is like, I think I feel a snake. And they all say what they feel and they don't realize it's an elephant. Because one feels the trunk, one feels the leg, one feels... But until it's all put together, like, it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
And then all together. I think it's cool for humans, too. Like, you know when you meet a human who you're not a fan of? And you're like, I'm not a fan of this person. And then you see how layered they are, and you're like, got it, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the gloves are so cool. Like I hadn't seen that, but seeing the glove demonstration was so cool.
Oh, that was your first
And
time seeing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'd seen like a short clip of it, but
Yeah.
that's so cool.
That's awesome.
So when you were doing the play, were you were talking about pulling notes out of the air?
Mhm.
Did you actually have like props or like...
No props. It was
Okay.
all more or less imaginary.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would do the this. So it was just the sounds. It was the sounds, yeah. So I do want in this next one this summer to have a screen behind me and have like actual visuals for reasons I don't want to spoil, but I think visuals could help
Yeah.
in both shows, because there's the argument of not giving too many visuals because it may rob people of the imagination that they wanted to use to build the story off of just hearing it. But there's also, I think, ways I can strengthen it with adding light visuals to give them that scenery of, you are here. Here's the imaginary world where we're living, and here's where we're going. So,
yeah. Or if
Yeah.
it's a video, using AI to add like things in post could be really cool.
I'm
grabbing
so
stuff in the air.
the boomer brain in me is like, I don't know, like
That's fair.
AI. I want to learn how to use in ways that aren't controversial. I don't know where that line is, because I know art, like, I don't know, like, because
Yeah.
they can do like everything. I mean, I use it sometimes, like when I Google things. You know, back in the day, well, I don't know, like when you Google something and it would say top results might say this, but now it says AI summary.
Yeah.
And, I use it every day, and it's so great.
Yeah.
So like AI is awesome, and it's like, you know, you tell AI to write a, country version of a rap song, and it's 2 seconds later, it sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds, and you're like, whoa, like, what's the creative? Like somebody asked me, we were talking about my show last summer, and they asked me, they said, where did the story come from? And
ChatGPT.
and they said, and they were like, was it ChatGPT? And I was like, no. And so I was like, what? But it's a good question. But my response was like, no. And I think that maybe geared me towards the idea of like no AI,
Yeah.
which isn't smart. Cause like I think I could use it. I've used it for posters, which is also controversial, which I didn't know at the time. But there are artists who could and or would jump at the opportunity to create something, with their mind. So like I've used it and then I've not, and I'm like, but for story writing and music writing, no siree. And other ways I'm still trying to figure out how to use it ethically as far as artistic integrity is concerned. So
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't like what it's doing with like or just the idea of it replacing a bunch of creative stuff.
yeah,
But using it as a tool could be really cool. Like
so
the fact
cool.
that you could just come up with a concept for what you want
Mhm.
it to look like as far as adding objects
Yes.
into, and then just make it appear in seconds. So like that's
You know
cool.
what? You know what?
But you could also use an animator.
So I have an animator on deck
That's cool.
that a friend connected me through, but AI wouldn't hurt that at all either. So I don't know. But one day I want a team of like 3 or 4 people when I do shows, because now I'll do it at festivals and I'll unpack things, pack it up, talk to people and stuff, and before and after. But yeah, ideally, can I tell you my vision? Like, ideally for like one of these performance shows. So it's in this space that I've rented out. It's a 2-level space or house or something. The first level, people walk in, and everything is themed after the show. And there's people with like hors d'oeuvres and like giving snacks, and there's, things on the wall, like stills from the show that's about to come. You go down the stairs, and in the basement, the whole place is a show venue where I'm doing the show with the gloves and stuff. Then they come up after the show, and the whole floor is flipped to how the show ends, whatever that looks like or means. And then I want to hire like 10 people to be like, I don't know, vibe lifters, or like 10 people who are undercover as like, what's the word? Like people who are welcoming, or like, I don't know, give you a hug or ask about your day, like vibe lifters, like secretly spread throughout the venue, and have like smells on deck, like candles burning for this scene and that scene, and the wind blowing, like so far I have the music and the storytelling part more or less, but like I want to have like the entire gambit of like smells and feelings, and when you walk in, people encouraging, like you go to an experience and you leave the experience like, whoa, my senses are heightened, like ears, nose, eyes, like heart, like, and it'll be a lot of work and it'll take a number of years, but I want a small team to help me do that at some point. Yeah, because I want to create like experiences for people. Like,
that's so cool.
If they say the music sounded good, that's awesome. But I want them, like, if the music was bad, God forbid, if it was bad, I want them to still be able to say that was awesome. Like, that was cool. So that's a long-term thing during the summers. Awesome. So
yeah, I love those like immersive art forms that like are combining multiple art forms. It's so cool. And like fun. That could be one of the things the AI is cool at, is like being able to generate those
and ideas and like try this. Yep.
Or just execute ideas really quickly. Like I just hope that, I don't have much faith in this, but I hope the AI stays bad at coming up with ideas and then gets really good at executing ideas quickly, so that you can there's still like idea commodity,
Yes.
But it can just execute way more ideas. I think that would be cool, because it's not taking away the value of creativity.
Definitely.
But it's just adding to the execution of it. But,
I hope it stays that way too. Like, I mean, nobody knows, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. The gloves are so interesting because it involves a lot of motion. Like it feels
yeah,
almost like a new art form because you're like moving,
yeah,
and that's what's creating the music. So it looks sort of like you're dancing in some places, and
that's
it's
so
like
cool.
yeah, like combines the two. Like, does that feel different than playing an instrument, or like how does that change the
Yeah. Oh,
process?
it's so like tech heavy, and I'm not a
Huh.
techie yet, but it's very
Yeah.
tech heavy because like you got to calibrate them perfectly. Because since the gloves are wireless, and since the notes that you're coding from the computer to your glove are fist up, fist down, open palm, right, forwards, and up, like they're so specific that if they're not oriented towards the front correctly, and if you're not moving your hand perfectly, the note does not come out.
Huh.
So then it's like being a control freak, because you have to be. So I'll try to get in the mode, get too flowy with it, it doesn't come out. Then I'll practice enough for some things that I will know particularly where in the air this note exists and can look comfortable doing it. And so I'm not exactly there yet,
Yeah.
but getting there. And when I first had the gloves, like they felt kind of clunky and kind of bulky. And so like I try to do things and they felt kind of weird and they kind of be like, I don't know, kind of get hot in my wrists. After like 7 or 8 months, I swear, as corny as it sounds, they become part of your hand.
Yeah.
And as part of the story I wrote, I'd practice it so many times, I'd like pretend to believe it for like a second. And when you're believing a story and they're part of your hands and the note doesn't come out, like the rage, the utter, it's like trying to grab this
Yeah.
and it not being there. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And because your brain is so convinced this is happening and it's cool.
Yeah.
And, so I'm like, David, calm down. Like dude, calm down. But I will see red because I'm like trying to like if somebody ever looked through my window at night and I'm doing that, I think they would, I looked, never mind. But yeah.
That's so funny. But that's so cool that you like start seeing the space around you and like
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to. It's,
yeah.
and part of it like,
Yeah, you see that person in the hammock up there? I hope that's in the frame. I don't know if it will be, but there's somebody so high up in the background, one of those trees in a hammock. That's awesome.
But yeah, the risk of sounding crazy, like I want to get to a place where I believe the stories that I tell.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm writing them and I know they're fake, but it's like the CIA dude
Yeah.
is telling stories that happened. And you can tell they happened because he's like, this happened. And I want to be able to tell stories that I know and the audience know is a made up story, and yet the conviction behind the telling of it seems as if like I was there. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want to, because sometimes I feel like as I'm getting into the storytelling space, I'm like, this happened and then this happened, which is fine, but like not good enough. So trying to up that.
Pull people into it.
Yeah.
It's possible the CIA dude is doing the same thing.
And if he is, we wouldn't know, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
Like I just like
That's
the stories.
it. It wouldn't even care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even care.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so cool. I feel like it's maybe an even more like, it sounds like there's definitely like a learning curve to getting the motion in, but just
Yeah.
the concepts feels like it could maybe develop into something that is more natural than like playing an instrument.
Yes.
Like more natural and intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
One cheat code that I learned that I shouldn't say, but whatever. I'd watch Imogen Heap, the one who created the gloves, do it, and she does these cool things with it. And then she'd do it, stop doing it, and it would just be awe-inspiring. And I'm like, what is this? And it took me a while to figure out that what she was doing was really cool, but it was the way she would like hold her voice, bring her voice up, bring it down, and then just be like, all right, that's done. And you're like, how did your hand just stop the note? Like,
Yeah.
or her hand doesn't change and she's like, oh, that's done. And it's those miniature moments of like, what? Like was that magic? What happened?
Yeah.
So I would do things as I practiced, and I'd hold notes like this, and I'd let them go, and they'd look kind of cool. And then I learned if I hold it like this, I can keep it longer and then make it short. And so if that's the case, I could open my hand, make it long, open it, make it short. If that's the case, start it long, then snap, it turns off.
Huh.
What they don't know is that my fingers are closing when I snap, but what it seems like comedians do this. Tom Segura and Nate Bargatze are great at this. They will tell a joke, say the punchline quick, and follow it up with the word and keep talking while the audience laughed. And it's this misdirect. And so when I'm looping, I'm learning how hold the voice and say that's that. Now snap and keep talking, and people are like, where did he just snap? And it's those miniature moments of like, I'm trying to like trick people beyond the coolness of the gloves to have those quick little moments of this, now that's done. Or like a quick like this, or like, I don't know, like did he just whoa and turn the note off? Like the smallest things, and then gloss over it like it never happened. So that's what I'm practicing too, along with the storytelling, because that just adds the suspension of like, it's like telling a joke and then not saying the punchline, and they're like, and their brain is like always like trying to figure out what's happening. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like the way that stories and music both kind of like follow a similar structure.
Yes.
It's like you're trying to imitate the structure of reality, kind of, or like
Yes.
call it re-demonstrate something that you see in the world around you.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, it's so cool. How do you see just like art in that context? Like, what do you view the purpose of art to be, or do you have thoughts on just like how you view what the purpose of what you're doing, or any of that stuff?
You're a good podcaster. Those are good questions.
It's a big question. I don't
Those
know.
are good
There's a lot of places
questions.
to go with it.
The purpose of life.
Yeah.
Purpose of art. I guess a coworker of mine said a very beautiful thing at a meeting months ago, that she believes that we were made to create. And that stayed with me, because I don't disagree. And I think I'm part of my purpose. I think I'm made to connect in whatever way that happens. And if I pair that with creating, I think this is how it materializes. I was talking to my sister on the phone before the show last summer, and I was like, gosh, I need to memorize this whole script and practice and do this and that and get this done. And she's so blunt. I love her. She goes, you know, you're doing all this to yourself. She's like, you don't have to write that, like, you're doing this all to yourself. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And I thought about it, but then I told her, because that other thought came to me, it's like, yeah, I am doing this all to myself, and it seems pretty extra at times. But if I don't do it, I will sit on my couch for 6 months and think, what if I did that? Could I have done that? No, I couldn't have. Could I have? No, I don't think. I think I could have, maybe. I don't know. Would I have practiced? Maybe not. And like that's what I can't do. Because then it's like terrible feeling. Like who's missing out on something? Am I missing out on connecting with somebody else? Did the gentleman who told me he felt like a kid again not get the chance to have that out-of-body experience for an hour on a September eve? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I hope that answers kind of it.
That's interesting for sure. It's like when you have an idea, you have to get it out of you.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Or it may go to somebody else. Who knows? Yeah. It's like, it's this feeling of like duty almost.
For sure.
I don't know how else to phrase it. Like not that I have a duty to use the gloves, but well, like if you're geared a certain way, I think you're called to execute in your life in a way that speaks to how you're geared. Like
Yeah.
you know, like I think if I'm personable, I need to be personable. If I am geared towards music, I need to be doing that. And so in those ways, like, and those appear in different ways and different expressions throughout my journey. But I feel a duty like to do that. Like would I like to sit and watch Parks and Rec and Severance and Walking Dead all the time? Yeah, I would love that. But it's like it's that itching, that duty. Like,
Yeah.
if not you, then who? And if not now, then when? Like, that's the way I see it.
I was talking to my brother about this. He's like a producer, and we were talking about Frank Ocean, who like
Frank
Yeah.
Ocean.
who like makes absolutely incredible music, but like very little of it. And I said something about how like he needs to make more music, or like maybe I said he like owes it to his fans or something like that. And my brother was talking about how he hates like entitled fans who just have the like, and there's like definitely a part of that I agree with, that like as a fan you have no right to like demand something of someone who's giving something to you with their art. So like I think as a fan, like I'm not in the place to say that Frank needs to make me more music, but at the same time,
you can want more, like you like it,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, at the same time, it's like if you have those gifts, then
Yeah.
it's like a tragedy not to use them,
Yeah.
you know? If
Yeah.
you're, yeah.
He has a song called, it's not his song, it's an old standard, but Moon River. Have you heard his version?
I love, yeah, it's so good. His vocals are unbelievable.
Question, can you play music like...
If I get in trouble if I play
Oh.
cover, it sucks. I really wish I could.
No, copyright is a thing.
No, it's
but...
the worst.
Oh, that song.
I could probably do it on Instagram if it's like for a clip. Is there a specific song you wanted to play?
Moon River.
Yeah. As long as it's licensed by Instagram, I could play it on there, I think.
Moon River, on the river.
It's
like...
that's actually a great idea right there.
Wider than a mile. Oh,
so
man.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just, yep.
Yeah,
good song.
So moving. But yeah, it's an interesting dynamic where I don't feel like I can demand an artist like keeps creating, but just like from their perspective, it's like, like what are you doing with the gifts you have, like, to not be using them as well as you can. I know, like as far as like writing, I think Ernest Hemingway and like F. Scott Fitzgerald were really good friends. And Ernest Hemingway he was like super rigorous and would work insanely hard on all of his books. And then F. Scott Fitzgerald was like really lazy, or at least in his eyes.
I did not know that.
Crank out books super occasionally and like write them drunk and stuff like that. And Ernest Hemingway, like it drove him absolutely insane. Like he would write him these letters.
He'd write him letters?
Yeah, telling him he's like wasting away and he's like supposed to be the greatest writer of all time, and he's like throwing it away.
Jeez.
Crazy.
He just cranks out Great Gatsby and just goes take a nap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Type thing. Yeah, it's wild.
That's funny.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about that we didn't get into?
I think you have great questions, and I covered. I'm trying to think of anything else that I have not covered. I don't know. That might be it. What about you? Anything?
I don't think so. Yeah. Do you have work on Spotify or just like music you put out that you wanted to?
Nothing yet. I have
Okay.
older stuff on Spotify that I'm in the process of kind of revamping. Because a lot of recorded music that I recorded back in the day doesn't reflect the looping or what I'm doing now. And there's a beautiful argument that, that I sided with myself, which is like, it's part of my artistic journey. I wouldn't take it down. But at the same time, now it's more or less like I want them to find what I'm doing and not what 2017 me was doing. Yeah, so nothing at the moment. Instagram, it's probably connected. But yeah, nothing online yet. I'm trying to get reels up and like things that have actual clips of information
Okay.
in due time. So,
Nice. What's your Instagram? You just
oh man, I keep changing it. Right.
I'll put it on the screen.
Okay. That's it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Cool.
man. Also, you have the same name as Jason Bourne. I saw that. I just rewatched the Jason Bourne movies, and somebody said his name is David Webb, like his real name, and I was like, wait.
You said what? That's funny.
That's so funny.
I get that once every year and a half.
Okay.
I've gotten more this year.
Really?
But every year and a half since that movie, I don't know,
Yeah.
was in the public ether, somebody would say it to me like at a grocery store or at a post office, just random. They're like, and it's always the same face. It's always
Jason
and
Bourne?
and I'm like, I'm feeling this is the question that you're gonna ask. And so there's 3 of those Bourne movies, right?
There are 3 originals.
Originals,
and then
sorry.
They made some more after that, or at least one more. I
Okay.
think.
I haven't seen most of them, but for whatever reason, I saw the second or the third one in theaters.
Huh.
My dad wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So our whole family goes to the theater. We didn't go off. We went sometimes to movies as a whole family, but every now and again. And so we all went to see that movie, which for whatever reason, and usually we'd all sit randomly, but my dad and I sat next to each other, and this matters in a second. I'm a junior. His name is David Webb also.
Oh, nice.
So we're watching this movie, and then it says, your name is David Webb. My dad and I go, what? Like, the chances of that? And then I think around that time, there was an article in the Gazette, in the paper, that was a random column talking about how many David Webbs are in Colorado Springs.
Huh.
And there were 8.
Wow.
Not including kids, so I wasn't included. So there was 8, including me, 9, and maybe more if there's other juniors. And that's just in Colorado Springs.
Wow.
Because there's, football players named David Webb, there's jewelers, there's investment, there's like so many David Webbs. So when I first started performing,
you got to rise above all of them.
Right, the alpha David Webb. No, I tried going under my name when I started performing, and then trying to Google that and not coming up with a million other people is hard enough.
Yeah.
And so I changed it to my artist name to Dovi J, Dovij, which is, for whatever reason, wasn't taken already. And it's Googleable, it's quick, you say it quick. And so as I started performing, people could find my Instagram handle. Yeah, and it was quick. And it was,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, sweet, man. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me. This was
Yeah.
so cool.